The Giants have now lost 6 straight games. They are 0-1 in the post-Daniel Jones era, and their latest loss coming on Sunday as they fell to the Buccaneers at MetLife Stadium 30-7. So let's talk about Big Blue. We're going to do it with the host from WFAN, the one and only Danielle McCartan, joins me now. Danielle, how are you doing? I need you to tell me that you're doing much better than the Giants.
I certainly am, but I don't know. If I was a fan that went to the game today, I would not be too thrilled about this team.
Yeah, you can't be thrilled if you were a Giants fan and watched this today in person. That had to be a little bit rough. Okay, Danielle, so last week the Giants had released Daniel Jones, and then your boy, Tommy DeVito, gets the start, and there was some thought that DeVito would provide a spark to the offense, but only 7 points for the offense against Tampa Bay. So what did you make of Tommy Cutlett's and the offense's performance against the Bucs?
I mean, overall, not great. Like, let's be real here. They lost big. They didn't put many points on the board, as you just said. And all of that on top of a tumultuous, emotional week, no doubt. And again, it's followed by another short week with a trip to Dallas in a couple days from now. Look, is Tommy DeVito the long-term answer? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not making that determination after just one game. Leaning towards probably not as at the moment. Malik Neighbors after this game today, he said it ain't the quarterback. And my WFAN colleague Tiki Barber, he mentioned something on the broadcast late in the game that I would like to, underscore here. DeVito hasn't taken first-team snaps at practice since training camp, like since it was hot outside. And that's important to keep in mind as you evaluate a guy off one game. And if you watch that game, you saw that the offensive line, especially without Illumador for most of it, was a disaster. And Matt Ryan in the postgame on CBS, he said of Tommy DeVito, he had no chance in the pocket. That's not what you want to hear. So, the offense was not great today, but I'm not willing to issue an adjudication either way after game one of the post-Daniel Jones era, as you said.
All right, not ready to rush to judgment yet on Tommy DeVito, who did have a rough day. You're right about the offensive line. It was a rough run for them. As DeVito did not look like he had much of a chance. He was sacked 4 times on the day. Now, the Giants, they weren't just inept on offense, Danielle. Defensively, they were also not good. No sacks for the Giants against the Bucs, and they have only 1 sack in the past 3 games. So considering how many resources that Joe Schoen has invested in the defensive line, are you shocked at the lack of production when it comes to the Giants getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, and I've been on this defense for most of the season so far. It's not a good unit, but I am actually really shocked about this because through most of the season, they were leading the league in sacks, and they just completely fell off a cliff. And that was the best part. That was the only good unit on that defense. You had Kayvon Thibodeau back today from injured reserve, and it didn't matter. It's completely baffling what a lack of pass rush and an inability to stop the run this team has defensively. I mean, Baker Mayfield was having his way with the Giants defense, moving the ball up and down the field, 96-yard drive, 80% completion percentage. I mean, that is just completely unacceptable. And the Bucs through halftime had the ball, time of possession, for pretty much almost double what the Giants did. Also completely unacceptable. And I think this unit really misses Wink Martindale in the worst way. This is not a good unit collectively. I was just curious, Dexter, during the game. I actually went back and looked at the ratings for every quarterback that the Giants had played so far this season, and then I compared those quarterback ratings against their ratings for the rest of the season, the rest of the games that they started. You know what I found here in week 12? Those quarterbacks had their second, third, and fourth best games of the season against the Giants. Here in week 12, Dak Prescott had his best by far. So you can't win many games if quarterbacks are turning in either near or at season high top performances against your defensive unit. Again, it's just not possible. It's not acceptable.
Yeah, those numbers there are really eye-popping when it comes to the Giants, and not in a good way. We'll say in that, not really good when teams are excited to see your defense and then putting up their best numbers of the season for those quarterbacks. Not good at all. Now, here's this. I think this is the major question when it comes to this Giants team moving forward, considering there are 6 games left. You consider the product that the G-men are putting out on the field right now, and the losses, they're continuing to pile up. Do you think that those people who are employed in the front office and the coaching staff deserve to come back and give it another try next season? Because if they continue to lose, Danielle, this question is only going to get louder. But where they are right now at 2-9, do you think those folks deserve to come back and have another shot to try to turn things around for the Giants?
I know I'm not the majority opinion here, but personally, myself, I would actually keep it all intact because, I'd give them one or even two more seasons to show improvement because we're talking about Brian Daboll, who was the NFL Coach of the Year not that long ago. I mean, he didn't just forget how to coach. And a lot of time here in New York, we get caught up in the microwave sensation or the instant gratification culture. And this was not going to be a quick fix, especially in the dollars and cents sense. So I'd actually probably give them two more draft classes. I know grown all you want, but I don't want them taking a quarterback this year, as you already know, Dexter. We've talked about that. I would continue to say let them build it out this spring and give them a shot at the quarterback in 2026. Because if you think the Giants are a quarterback away from actually competing, you're part of the problem. You're part of this vicious cycle. So stop with the quick fix mentality. Daniel Jones didn't come into this league with neck issues. Tommy DeVito was hammered today. At one point, he looked like he broke some of his ribs in the back of the end zone. So this is just a really bad environment. I mean, no rookie quarterback is going to come in here and snap their fingers and fix it all. That line needs to be fixed once and for all. You go out and get your quarterback in 2026. And at that point, if there is no more improvement, then you change regimes.
Danielle, you are out here preaching patience. That is not something all fans have in this great area that we love called the New York metro area. Not everybody has patience, but we'll see. I hear you on that. Okay, last thing for me. Giants face the Cowboys on Thursday, Thanksgiving. So now with this team, they're 2-9. We're approaching the Thanksgiving holiday. My question to you is, everything that's gone on at 2-9, what should Giants fans be thankful for, Danielle?
I mean, Dexter, this was a stumper. I mean, what a good question. My first thought was nothing. I don't know nothing, but I know I have to have a better answer than that. But right now, it's just so hard. You can argue that there is no franchise quarterback on this roster. After hearing what some of these players said after the game, especially Malik Neighbors, you could argue that the locker room isn't even intact. You can argue that there are reservations about the head coach. You could argue that there are question marks about the direction of the entire franchise. So I guess I'll take the humorous way out of here, or try to be, I guess, as humorous as I can be here. I guess you could be grateful in the short term that the Giants game on Thanksgiving is the night game, so it won't ruin your entire holiday. Just the end of it.
I like that there's some positivity. You can have your meal depending on when you eat, a little bit early, a little later. Maybe you're trying to relax with some kind of beverage that you enjoy with your meal, and hopefully it doesn't upset your meal. That's just be thankful for football. Maybe we'll agree on that. Be thankful that you still have some football to watch. Not saying that it's going to be great football, but it's some football. Danielle, appreciate you as always and coming on with me and helping to break down the New York Giants. Want to wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will talk again soon.
Yeah, Dexter, thanks, you too. And thanks to all of you that are watching. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll be back with you on the fan and here soon, really soon.
Yes,
Thanks, Dexter.
indeed. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.